Yeah, brilliant game to watch. Next game we're going to talk about finished 0-0. It was between Manchester United and Newcastle. As for Manchester United, they had 63% possession, but just 2 shots on target. Ronaldo had 2 goals ruled off. He only had 22 touches all match, but then came 2 late misses at the death after Ronaldo had been taken off, and he was the only player substituted in this game. Was it the right decision from Erik Ten Hag to take off Cristiano Ronaldo and bring on Marcus Rashford?
I jokingly said, I think even on Twitter when it was happening, especially the Marcus Rashford one, the header, right? I mean, Ronaldo scores that, no questions about that. Of course, everybody, all the fans said, well, I don't know if he gets there or maybe he's 2 yards offside. Anything could have happened. But if he was onside and he's gotten there, no questions, he puts that away. But let's be honest, because you and I talked about Ronaldo the show before. I've said it here that it's time to move on, and I think that's what they're doing. And you know, to a degree, I was a little bit surprised that it actually started, because you can see he's being played against Omonia. He's not being really played in the big matches, and here he has started at a Rashford, which surprised me. So I think Ten Hag's doing all the right things. The way he's massaging this issue is quite good in a way. Ronaldo knows where he stands. I mean, he's no fool. And Ten Hag knows what he's doing, but he knows he's got one of the greatest players ever who's going to play a part in some games at some times, right? And this could have been one of those times. But in this game, I don't think that he was in the wrong, because up until then, you've mentioned his stats. In the first half, I think his stats, he had 14 touches, lost possession 6 times in those 14 touches, right? I mean, his passing percentage was 50% or something like that, 51, 52%. So he didn't really do much. However, as we've seen from the likes of even Lewandowski or Erling Haaland, I mean, how many games has Erling Haaland had when he had 10, 11 touches and scored 1 or 2 or 3 goals, right? So, but I think he had to take him off. I mean, he gave him a start. I mean, Ronaldo otherwise would have been unhappy. If I were Ronaldo before that game, I would have been thinking, he's not starting me. I played against Omonia midweek. I'm not starting if the pattern continues, right? So, I mean, he needed to be happy. He needed to do his job in those 70 minutes. He didn't. I mean, he didn't look terrible. I mean, he had looks here and there, but he didn't do the job. So I have 0 problems with him bringing on Rashford, who, by the way, did a lot of good stuff, right? I mean, the ball to Fred and then the header. He's gotten himself in 2 great positions. He just didn't put it away. But I think you could justify the substitution.
All right. So obviously we see the limitations with United right now. We know exactly what they're missing. We know that they miss Christian Eriksen when he's not around as well. But what's your gut feeling for a top 4 finish for Manchester United right now?
No, I'm not there yet. I've seen progress. I mean, this game could have easily been 2, 3, you know, maybe 4. But then let's not forget, because we haven't even talked about Newcastle, right? And they've had their chances. Joelinton, what did he, headed on a crossbar, follow up a post. I mean, they've played and they've possessed the ball as well. So I don't see it. And you know why yet? Because, look at the trajectory between these 2 teams. Because Newcastle played well in this game at Old Trafford. That was the first time, first time in a while, that I thought, you know what, Newcastle are going there for points. When was the last time we thought about maybe them getting a point or winning a game? And they were close. They could have done it, right? So I just don't see it. I see, for example, in Newcastle, right? Don't you get the feeling that, this is a team and a club on the way up, and Manchester United, the behemoth that they are kind of trying to wiggle their way through the maze of, I don't even know that maze is, because I can't make too much of Manchester United. They continue to be, I think, a little bit above average team in the Premier League.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.